Hi everyone, I recently started having trouble with my Pebble Time Steel and decided it was time for an upgrade. To not cheap out on my smartwatch this time around and actually go and buy an Apple Watch, which I did. So first, just a little bit of background information on my old Pebble watch. It's a Pebble Time Steel, which I pre-purchased through Pebble's second round of kickstarting. So it was a special Kickstarter stamp on the back. From memory, it set me back about $350, which was far cheaper than the starting price of the Apple Watch at the time, about $550. The features of the time are up to 1 week of battery life, and even though the watch is getting a little bit old, the battery still holds up well. 30-meter water resistance, and now with the time iteration it has a color display, which might not sound like much, but the original Pebble watch only had black and white. The Apple Watch, being a Series 3, is now comparable to the Pebble in a few ways, with a longer battery life than the Series 1 Apple Watch and having a water resistant rating of 50 meters, same as Series 2 I believe, with the S1 only lasting you the day and being splash resistant. It was a better long-term buy at the time to go with the Pebble watch, which would survive a swim or a bit of battery degradation, but the S3 has all of that covered and more. See, while the Pebble is a smartwatch, it can still be pretty dumb. Its ability to run complex apps was pretty limited, and the lack of touchscreen meant the inputs were pretty clumsy. The Apple Watch, on the other hand, with its Retina OLED touch-enabled display, is a whole different class, displaying information more clearly with its high resolution and with a lot more vibrance when compared to Pebble's low-res e-paper display. Not to mention the increased usability. Apple Pay, Siri, more accurate haptic feedback, which is a lot cooler than it sounds, and being able to take calls on the watch, something that I didn't think I would make use of, but I certainly have. Not to mention all of this is in a watch with a smaller chassis than the Pebble, and at least with the Time Steel compared to the aluminium Apple Watch, a hell of a lot lighter. I always knew the Time Steel had a bit of weight to it, but I never fully grasped just how much until the first time I put on the Apple Watch. All of this isn't without some trade-offs though, and the biggest by far is battery life. Only having to charge the watch once a week was nice. Going away for the weekend, now I have to wonder if my watch is going to go flat, which is a little bit weird. Another thing I noticed too is that while the display on the Apple Watch is pretty bright, it still struggles outside in the sun on a clear day, whereas the e-paper display in the Pebble didn't need to have a backlight on to be seen, which means two things. A bright day just made it easy to read, and it was always on. That second thing is what I miss most about the Pebble. No flicking my wrist to see what the time is or to check the date, you just look at it. All of this brings me to the reason why I decided to do away with the Pebble. Usability. In particular, its compatibility with my iPhone. In the end, for whatever reason, my Pebble would brick itself 2 to 3 times a week and need to be unbricked, and even when it was functioning correctly, it would randomly disconnect from my phone's Bluetooth throughout the day. None of this is a problem with the Apple Watch. It really just works. When you first get the watch, you sync it to your phone in just a couple of steps and then you're done. That's it. No reconnecting throughout the day or resetting Bluetooth because of glitches, it's just done. It's one less thing that I have to stress about throughout the day. I'm still glad I held off until the Series 3 of Apple Watch, but I'm also very glad that I ended up getting it too, because it is a much better experience. Well, that's all for my thoughts on that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video. See you next time.